Hi guys, it's Makeup Style Hair again, and I'm going to do a look for you today. It's going to be a very affordable look, just the basics of this product, not the foundation or what I put on before, or my eyeliner mascara is going to probably cost you under $5 or under $10 if you live in Canada. The makeup is very wearable, it's very neutral, very appropriate for office or everyday looks. And I'm going to get started. I'm just going to do my eye makeup, and then I'm going to show you afterwards what I do for the rest of my face. I'm going to take my N.Y.C color wheel, and this is a palette of eyeshadows. I'm going to be using this for the whole entire look, and I'm going to start by taking this white kind of vanilla shade here. And by the way, I always use the eye primer before I do this look. I definitely think it's something you should invest in. If you want a cheaper alternative, I'd suggest going to Sally's and asking for the Palladial Herbal Eyeshadow Primer. It's under $10 and it works just as well as like Too Faced Shadow Insurance. So I have that vanilla shade on my brush, and no matter how expensive eyeshadows you use, they always tend to fade during the day, especially if you have a long day, or just not look as fresh as they did when you first applied them. So I always try and do that. I'm just packing this on my lid all the way up to the brow bone. Next, I'm going to take my thin liner brush. This one's by Kohl. Most of the brushes I use are by Kohl because I live in Canada, but you can get any good brushes. e.l.f. sells some good ones. They don't have them where I live, but now I'm going to take some of this vanilla shade, or it's kind of like a pale gold, more so when I apply it. I'm going to apply this around my tear duct. Now these shadows are wonderfully pigmented, but they do, I'll warn you, have a bit of fallout. So keep that in mind. And this will just open up your eyes, make them appear brighter. Just applying that around my tear duct, bringing it in a little bit. Next, I'm going to take the second lightest color in the palette, this kind of a soft, it's kind of a pink when applied, soft pinky beige shade. I'm going to pack that on my same brush. I'm going to put this on my lid, just right across my lid. And sometimes patting motions work better for these shadows because they are a bit powdery, but they're very beautiful colors and very affordable, and they last me all day. Next, I'm going to take kind of a khaki brown shade here. It's kind of a medium brown. I don't really know how to describe it. I'm going to start by taking some of that on my same brush I used. And I'm going to start by applying this on the outer, kind of the outer third of my eye. You may have to go to some extra steps of blending these shadows, just because they're so kind of almost like loose pigment when you pick them up. I'm gonna take my crease brush and take some of that brown shadow. This is my Pure Minerals utility brush, and I'm trying to get in the habit of tapping my brushes rather than blowing on them. I know you're not supposed to blow on them, but that's just a bad habit I've gotten into over time. And I'm just dragging this into the first part of my crease. I'm not taking it all the way in here, I'm just doing the first part of my crease. I'm going to take a little more of that, just deepening it up. There, I almost blew on it again. Imagine that. some things just come automatically. Next I'm going to take the burgundy shade in my palette, and I'm going to take this big fluffy crease brush. It's by Quo again. You can use whatever brush. Just take some of that, and I'm going to really tap the shade because this is even more powdery than the rest of them. But it's, once you tap it off, it's fine. I'm going to get this right in my crease, blend it up. And I love this for a crease color because it kind of has a warm reddish tone to it, and I think that really brings out, like, pretty much all eye colors. It really brings out my green, the green in my eyes, so I really like that. I'm going to take just a bit more and apply it just above the crease, blending it, blending. Next, that's about good, so I'm going to do my liner next. I'm going to take my, this one isn't included in my $10 look because it's just my Iredale liner, but it's not the best liner I've ever used. It's pretty good, but Revlon Color Stay is probably just as good, and it's just a fraction of the price. Or use whatever eyeliner you want, and you can use a brown or a black. This is just a dark brown because it's a neutral look. If you have a darker skin or hair, you can use a black. And I like kind of doing the outer and then doing the inner. I try to do the outer to inner, but it's easier. You get more of a almond shape as opposed to a round shape by going from outer to inner. Although most people go from inner to outer. And I always thicken up the outer part with my liner. Just working my way in. Next I'm going to do the same, my lower lashes. I'm not going to go very far in though, I'm just going to go like, say, 2/3 of the way in maybe. Not even half of the way in. I meant like a quarter actually, not 2/3. Just a little less than half. Next I'm going to take, I meant to have my Q-tip with me, but I don't have it right now. I'm going to take this sponge tip of this brush. This is just because I don't have a Q-tip. You can just grab a Q-tip and smudge that liner. It's just going to make it a bit more soft, wearable for daytime. And then the next step is curling my lashes. And I highly recommend those people that are afraid of getting an eyelash curler that they just get one, because it doesn't hurt at all. It doesn't yank your eyelashes out if you do it before you put mascara on, and it makes a big difference. If you already have eyelashes that curl up, you don't need this, but for everyone else, I really recommend you get this because it really opens up your eyes. So I'm just holding it for a few seconds and then going up, gently curling the rest of my lashes, and I'm using Loreal Double Extend because that holds my curl the best. Use whatever mascara you like. I always take the most time on my lashes. By the way, my foundation and concealer was already applied prior to filming, and my gloss and bronzer. And I'll show you what bronzer and lip gloss I used. Just get right in there. Okay, and so that's it for the eye look. Very basic, very neutral, very good for daytime, and I'll show you the products I used. I used my N.Y.C lip gloss, and I think this one's in, I'm trying to think, sungold. It's kind of a goldish pink.